given that we're kind of Argenport and Xenon don't have a great card pool, I don't see nerfs for Silex coming down.
Yep.
But they're borderline right now. Like this card really, makes them borderline. Prackalakin is actually going to lead off with Hojin without protection up, but against a Milden. That's
All right, Prackalakin is an interesting hand here. So they're a little light on power, but they do have a ton of influence. So thanks to those Evangels, they actually already have four Justice influence. Hojin's going to give them 5. They're going to be at 3 power. They've got a hand of Silverblade Intrusion, Ikaria, 2 Evangels, Jotun Hurler, a Siditi, and a Valkyrie Enforcer with another Siditi on top. Now they might have the influence for the Siditi at 5 influence, but they only have the 3 power. So still going to be a little while till they can cast that.
Right. Yeah, that's... Oh my gosh, Duocat with the assistant, milling the CDD and the Strategize off the top, but is then going to mill 2 more power. So hey, Prackalakin, instead of top decking an uncastable CDT, is now going to top deck a power and is
gonna work out well.
In the driver's seat, and now top deck Ikaria Valkyrie Captain, and so. Thank you, Duocat, for, helping my top deck with your mill strategy.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well for Prackalakin. Going to be able to do the attacks with the Silverblade incursion here and set themselves up in pretty good shape here against Duocat.
Just for the record, the card's called Silverblade Incursion. Easy to confuse between that Savage Incursion. Incursion. They sound so similar.
They do. They do appreciate that. And then Duocat's going to follow up with a Dark Talon Wivark here.
Yep. So, right now, Duocat, Prackalakin's just saying, okay, we're trading. And Duocat elects not to trade with the Ikaria Valkyrie. So maybe Duocat is looking for some sort of 9-8. But instead, back in the mill plan, Prackalakin's actually going to let Dark Talon Wivark wing in. And get an Anya Arc, not Archer. Is it Archer? I forget what she's called, but Baby Anya.
Master Sleuth.
Master Sleuth provides a permanent face Aegis. Seeing that get milled is just a heartbreaker. Like that just feels bad, man, because that she just says you cannot be milled any further.
There's Tome of Horrors for Duocat, following up with a Quarry. Big Gummy Bee, thank you for the follow. And then a Justice symbol off the top for Prackalakin. Now they have a lot of options here. They've got that 7/7 Siditi. They've got the 4/4 Valkyrie. They're going to follow up their attacks first. Keep putting that pressure on Duocat. And Duocat's life total seems at 17. Yeah, they're going to put a block here because they would have basically took half their life total with that attack. Follow up that Siditi. The Onslaught will trigger and get that Curse of Provocation onto Duocat.
So Duocat is now under the gun. You have to show me a payoff.
Yeah, they're going to Golem here, power, and a Manacles here. Okay, that's something they wanted to draw. They're going to fire off this Manacles here. Followed up by a Malaise. They've got a plan.
They do have a plan. That Malaise is going to Dome for 7. Ooh.
All right.
That's a nice little 1-2 punch.
Oh, there's a lot of pressure, though. They're going to go down low here. They're going to go down to 2.
That air pressure is no joke.
I mean, this is game on the next turn. Duocat basically has a 1-turn window, and Prackalakin's just going to go super wide. And they know this game's over next turn if Duocat can't do anything.
The deck is called Huru Kira, but might as well also be called Huru Valkyries. And yeah, Duocat is just going to play another Mill Enabler. And
here's the Bubble Shield to get the face Aegis and draw a card off Kira. That's going to stop the mill ability.
Yep.
And that should be game, I believe. I'm not sure what Duocat can do here.
Yeah. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're empty-handed.
All right, and Prackalakin is going to take game number 1 over Duocat. So Hurukira with a win. So we've seen Elysian Spells and Hurukira. Now on Friday we didn't really see anyone bring those decks. So it's good to see some competitive decks. Some people really want to win this tournament. So we see Hurukira win game number 1 against Duocat here.
Yeah, so some people are, they're just saying, get out of my way with your 4 fun decks. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the people that are trying to compete. Let me at them and get out of my way if you're not.
All right, and they are ready for game 2, so we are going to go straight down to game 2. Remember, these are best of 3. All right, let's tell the players they're good to go. And we're looking at a hand here of 4 power Justice Etchings, a Jotun Hurler, and a Baby Ikaria. Not the greatest hand. There's not a lot of pressure in that hand. They're going to toss it back.
This hand's a bit light on action and gets mulled for a hand that's exactly the opposite. Really heavy on action, 2 power with a CDD in hand. I look at this and I'm hoping I feel some power because this hand is heavy.
There you go. There's a crest off the top.
A crest off the top. You couldn't ask for better. And a justice symbol. Prackalakin is one heck of a happy camper because they have Kodash Evangel and then they have Kira or their choice of smuggler coming along. And Prackalakin is just drawing everything one can ask for in this matchup. I have to imagine that there's an incoming smuggler turn. You just want to get that face agent.
Those were some good draws there.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they're actually going to go with the justice symbol here. Interesting.
They are going with the justice symbol. Interesting choice.
All right, here comes the manacles for Duocat. That's what they want to see.
Oof. And then immediately punished. Immediately punished for looking ahead and not watching the current state of the game.
And now here comes the smuggler this time.
And the smuggler's going to draw a card from the market, I think.
It's going to go ahead and get Mantle of Justice here. Going to put the foot on the pedal, foot on the gas pedal, try to do as much damage as possible here with that 6/6 Mantle of Justice.
Right. And suddenly that face aegis is coming. And here comes the mill.
And there comes the mill. There's going to be a lot of damage coming.
Oof.
There's the malaise. All right. 8 damage there. Evangel off the top. That's not exactly what Prackalakin wanted to see there.
Not exactly, but at the same time, the DD curse is coming online, and Prackalakin just says, okay, we're off to the races. You're trying to goldfish me. I'm trying to goldfish you.
Yep, Sadidi will be good here. Now, Duocat does have Annihilate and Airmod in hand. Actually, they're going to play out the Evangel and the Kira. They're going to go wide instead of firing off that Sadidi and getting the curse.
Another interesting decision. If I'm Prackalakin, I'm saying, I want more cards. We're off to the races. And here's Annihilate. Do you cycle the Intrusion? That's a really tough call. Ugh. Prackalakin says, "Look, no. I gotta bash through the air mine." So again, if I'm Prackalakin, I just bash in with the Evangels, get my 4 health because with Black Iron Manacles on me, the mill is a real issue. So puts the Mantle of Justice on and says, "Lock me, I dare you." Duocat takes up the dare and is going to get absolutely pumped.
And I think that was a smart play by Prackalakin there, holding that intrusion. They didn't want to fire that off on Kira because they knew they wanted to get past the deadly on this next turn. They were going to attack and they wanted to hold that deadly. So smart play by Prackalakin to hold that, even when you wanted to cycle it on your Kira, to hold that for the next turn, thinking ahead.
Right. To borrow a phrase from BK, that was what you would call a heads up play. Ooze it.
Absolutely heads up play there. Okay, we're going to get etchings here. Going to go to the market. Prackalakin is going to get a palace here. Duocat's just going to chump the 11-11. Not really much they can do, and they don't really care about Prackalakin's life total, so gaining 11 doesn't do anything. But there's that curse coming off that Siditi.
And now, you see the downsides of the mill that ultimately you just don't have board control with this.
It also seems like a tough matchup for them. The Hurukira deck is all about putting on pressure, buffing up your units, getting through tons and tons of damage. That's not what the mill deck wants to see.
No, no, it doesn't. It's not the fastest deck either. So mill certainly has time to get its plan going. In the top 15-ish cards of its deck. But ultimately, if you're not winning from those top 15, Hurukira is just going to completely take over the game. So it pressures you, and going long, it probably has the advantage in the mid-late-ish game, and then Mill has the ultimate inevitability. Both players draw their 75, but Hurukira is just great at.
All right, a variety of choices for Prackalakin here again, but as we've seen before, they're going to go with the go wide choice. Rather than deploy the Denouncer or the Palace, they're going to go Kira and Evangel. And now they're going to deploy the Palace here, and this, if they just give their units Berserk, I think that's just game.
Right. Like, in that sort of state where, Hurukira just curves out, just gets to 6 power, it's, I can play cards at random and win. And, that's exactly what we see.
And that'll do it. Prackalakin will take that quickly 2-0 over Duocat.